I'm Molly Pesci, and this is Barnes & Noble Tagged. Love is in the air this week, and we've tagged movies, music, and even some moves to get you in the mood. But first, our favorite Funny Valentine best-selling author, Adriana Trigiani, is here with us in the Barnes & Noble studio. Big Stone Gap. It's the title of a best-selling book and the birthplace of its author, Adriana Trigiani. An award-winning playwright, TV writer, and documentary filmmaker, Trigiani is especially known for her novels that explore Italian-American families living and loving in America's heartland. She followed Big Stone Gap with Big Cherry Holler and Milk Glass Moon, and to the delight of her fans, has continued to write nearly a book a year. Adriana is with us here today to tell us about her latest novel, Very Valentine. Adriana Trigiani, you've been tagged. Welcome to the show.
Well, hello, Molly.
Hello. Thank you so much for
You
being
look
here.
beautiful.
So do you. I
You
love
match
your
my
hair.
book a little.
Oh,
We always love that.
So tell us about it. It's really good.
Doesn't it look like a box of candy?
It does.
It's about a woman who gives up being a teacher to go live with her grandmother, and they make wedding shoes. So it's really about the Italian thing, about how to survive by the labor of your own hands. And she's a fantastic character. She's very funny. Her name's Valentine Roncalli. And I got the surname from the Pope that I like, Pope John the 23rd, the one who opened up the church, you know. And I have a cousin named Valentine, and she always says to me, why don't you name a character after me? And so I said, okay, all right. So, and that's how it became Very Valentine. It's totally her.
It's so funny because knowing you, you think you're a New Yorker, but the reality is you grew up
No.
in Big Stone Gap, Virginia, correct? Is there a link here that you're now living in New York City and that this book is all about New York City?
Well, you know, one of my books that really crossed lines and people got cuckoo about was Lucia. Now, that book was about a woman who lived the role of the Italian woman in her family, and something happens to her that I thought was incredible, and it was a neighbor that I lived with in this little building owned by Italians on 10th Street. So when we came to this, I said, you know, I have this idea because for days, I walk over on the river every morning, and I would look up and see this lady, and she was tending her tomatoes. And so for 3 years, I started to imagine what she came from. And I've been dying to write about my grandfather, Carlo Bonicelli, who was a shoemaker, who died when he was 39, and he wanted to be a big shoe designer. And so it really, always come to these books where they're about my family in a way, but then I build a story around like what the essence of it is. And so that's where the shoemaking all came in. With this, I had to drill my mother about the memories of the shoe shop. But I want to write about him because of his lost dreams and what that meant. So that's how this one was born.
The book is fantastic. Now, the thing is that what's great about this right now is if you want to hear more from this hysterically funny, amazing person, she is going to be a part of our book clubs here at Barnes & Noble. So you go to bn.com/book clubs and look for Adriana here. And I'm telling you, if you want to really be good to yourself, perfect Valentine's Day gift. I'm going to give it to my mom or yourself. Find a cushy chair, cuddle up with Very Valentine. Plus, you're going to want to check out these other romance-inspired tags. Thank you so much.
Molly, you're so adorable and so Italian.
Yeah, baby! First, Seduction. Sinatra Sings of Love is a collection of some of Sinatra's best-known romantic renditions, as well as a few of the unfamiliar, including a previously unissued recording of My Funny Valentine. Next, it's all ripped t-shirts and smoldering stares in this Turner Classic Movies Greatest Classical Films DVD collection, Romantic Dramas. It's 4 great films starring heartthrobs from any generation, 2 with Marlon Brando and 2 with the iconic James Dean. And from the editors of Cosmopolitan magazine, the Cosmo Kama Sutra, 77 mind-blowing sex positions. These 77 fully illustrated passion positions, adapted from the magazine's hugely popular Kama Sutra series, will take anyone's lust life to a whole new level. And what better way to celebrate Valentine's Day than with a book our Barnes & Noble booksellers just love. It only happens a few times a year, but when they come across a book they can't put down, they want the world to know about it by making it an official Barnes & Noble Recommends selection. Past selections have swiftly found their way onto the bestseller lists. including America, America by Ethan Kanan, The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Mary Ann Schaefer and Annie Barrows, and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. And the latest Barnes & Noble Recommend selection is Doggone It, Spencer Quinn's first volume in a new mystery series starring Bernie, a down-on-his-luck detective, and his best friend and canine partner, Chet. Funny, fast-paced, and full of suspense. You'll want to sit, stay, and read Doggone It. To find out even more about this and past Barnes & Noble Recommends picks, go to bn.com/recommends. Okay, lots of books to love. I'm all set for Valentine's Day. I hope you are too. You can also go to bn.com/valentine for even more Valentine treats. See you next time on Barnes & Noble Tag.